Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm Jeanna.
And I'm Ivo.
Happy Friday, Ivo.
Happy Friday, Jeanna.
Today is currently while we're filming. It's kind of shitty out.
Oh yeah, it's like out of nowhere. It got super cold, super crispy. Like it was drizzly, like gray this morning, but throughout the day, it just took a turn for the worse.
My brain is improper because the minute you said that, you said super crispy, my brain went super hot fire. And if anybody doesn't know what that's from, it's from this YouTuber. I want to say, oh my God, probably close to 8-9 years ago. And his skit was, I'm not a rapper. If you know that, then you in our circle.
Actually, even taking it a little bit more back.
More back?
Even back further.
Further back.
Can I live? Can I live, please? God damn, you're terrible. You know what? I have a new ick right here.
Oh,
new ick. We just got a new one. It's gonna be a bonus for it.
I love you.
Yeah, super hot. It's from Missy. Like super duper fly.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't even want to know what you was thinking. I could just see it on the look on your face. All right, can we move on, please?
All right.
Jesus Christ, you're terrible.
I feel like lately when we've been starting off the episode, we've been talking about things that have been happening to us. Like, just like what our week has been leading up into this episode. And I would like to say that we have had a very eventful week. So Jeanna on Sunday decided that it was a good idea that while washing dishes to not pay attention and slice her right thumb open and then have to go to urgent care and get 3 stitches. So it doesn't look that bad now because it was on Sunday when I got the stitches. So right now I just have it covered because obviously this is my dominant hand. So this is the hand that I use most. So if I was to, for any God reason, bang my hand, I think I would fucking melt into the ground.
I mean, I think anybody who's ever gotten a cut either on the knuckle, where the skin flexes.
Yeah.
Or in your case, right here on the inside of your thumb.
Yeah, it's actually like a little further up. It's like right where you bend. It's like right where you bend is where my stitches are. So I can't bend my thumb.
Exactly.
Either.
So I think that describing it in that way, people can relate to your situation a little bit better and how debilitating it is.
Extremely. And I'm someone that considers myself super independent, where I like to do a lot of things on my own, in the sense of like, I don't know, I just like to do things on my own. So I'm not one to ask for help when I'm doing like a certain type of task per se. Like I'm very handy. I could do a lot of things around the house on my own.
I'm sorry, you said that you're not the type to ask for help when you're doing a task?
Yeah, like when I do like my everyday stuff around the house, I don't tend to necessarily like ask for help in the sense of like, how can I put this? So when I'm going to go do something, like there's been a lot of times in the house where, or just I'm going to start a project, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I've like redone some furniture or something like that.
Okay.
I
know what you're talking about.
I don't go, hey, I want to do this. Can you help me?
I mean, yes and no.
There are times where maybe I begin it and then I'm like, I get a little stuck and I'm like, hey, can you help me? But I don't consider starting something with the initial thought of you helping me right away.
Yeah. Well, prime example, I think the last thing that you did that falls in line with what you're saying is that we were supposed to do something to our room. And it involved moving furniture, and you initially asked me to help you, and things just kept getting put in front of it, and we didn't get around to it. And one day you just went upstairs.
Actually, I think what happened was I suggested that we change something in our room. I didn't say, could you help me? I said, I thought that this would be a good idea.
We were supposed to do it together.
Yeah, we were supposed to do it together.
And it was something that we initially agreed and spoke about doing together, but we just didn't get around to it. Like time-wise, it just wasn't happening. And one day you went upstairs and literally rearranged the whole room by yourself. And I mean, like, moved everything. We have quite a bit of furniture in our room, and little Miss Jeanna over here moved it all. you would have thought she had like a little helper up there stashed in one of the drawers or something like that, because I don't know how she did it.
Yeah, that's like how I am. So the fact that I can't just do things like that right now makes me feel crazy in my brain. And I know there are a lot of other women out there that can identify with me, that when you have to ask for help for like the littlest things. Prime example, Ivo had to do my hair today. I can't even do a ponytail because I can't grab anything with this hand. The amount of things that he's had to open for me, he's had to hand me, just, it is honestly, it just makes me feel so crazy. But at the same time, I was on the phone with one of my very good friends the other day, and she told me that maybe this is a sign for me to learn how to ask for help, because I'm not the best at that. Like, a bitch could be drowning and I wouldn't ask for help. And to also be very grateful that I have someone like you to be there for me, to help me through my time of need.
I mean, I'm gonna do what it do.
So let's cheers to that.
Cheers.
I'm drinking tequila today.
I'm drinking something bubbly.
I think it's kombucha. No, I'm just joking.
No, it's actually seltzer water.
Yeah, Evo's actually on a hiatus of whoa, that seemed a lot stronger than it usually is. Maybe I haven't had tequila.
You haven't had it in a little bit. I had to go blow the dust off the bottles.
Yeah.
Usually I'm like, having 2 or 3 drinks a week.
Yeah, it's usually me the one that's not drinking. It's
Yeah.
so different for you to be the one not drinking and me drinking. But am I kind of enjoying it? Yeah, because I'm just like, I'm gonna get wasted. Goodbye.
I'm going through a bit of a cleanse. So
Yeah.
I align my spirits.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So let's get into our topic for today. We decided that we wanted to make this one fun because our last couple of ones, were more serious topics. And the recent world has just also received some news about a celebrity that Ivo and I actually really loved, that I think really put like some sadness in my heart. So I didn't want to like build on top of that. So I thought it'd be fun to just talk about something kind of lighthearted. So there's a trend right now that's going around on TikTok where couples or friends, coworkers, or whatever it is, they're sharing each other's icks. So I thought it'd be fun if we did his and her icks, where Ivo and I talk about the things that obviously irritate us about each other, but we believe that these icks are icks that a lot of couples also have in common. And I know this for a fact because some of the ones that we discussed, a lot of our close friends that are, in relationships have told us that they find these things also irritating about
so
their
for
partners.
clarification purposes, can
Sure.
you please describe what an ick is?
Yeah, something
For some people who don't know.
something that just irritates you about your partner,
Okay.
Like you find it icky, like it's fucking annoying.
Yeah, I mean, because it's kind of like a slang term, I guess. I just thought that we should clarify what it actually means.
Yes. You know what? The other day, actually, that reminds me of something. Our daughter, me and her walking home, she was telling me about a kid in her class. And I said, what about him made you feel that way? She goes, I don't know, he was acting sus. So I said, Ava, what about his behavior was suspicious? She goes, what do you mean? I go, that's what sus is like short for. Like
she was using sus and she didn't even know what.
Yeah, so she was like, I was like, yeah, it means that he has like some sort of suspicious behavior. Like like you suspect him of something, sus. And she was like, oh, I don't know if he was acting suspicious, but he was acting sus. I thought that shit was so funny. But anyway, so go ahead. I would love for you to start off what you would consider an ick about me, but also an ick that a lot of other people have.
All right. Well, since we're on the topic of, you not asking for things.
Oh, my God.
I think it's just funny because that exactly is one of my icks. Jeanna, for some reason, thinks that she has an unlimited favor card. There's the American Express black card with no limit. Jeanna has the unlimited favor card. And what this card, the benefits of this card, is that you get to ask your husband for unlimited favors, even though they're not solicited.
I don't know what you're talking
Jeanna
about.
has no spending limit. She has no chill on using this card. This card is so worn that I don't even recognize it anymore. Sometimes I have to put up the your card is not accepted here sign today, because I want to say that it's to the point where you'll ask me for something, which is fine. I know that your number one love language is act of service, and I'm here for you. Maybe 10 minutes later, you might ask me to do something else for you. Fine. Jeanna has no problem asking me to do 10 things for her throughout the day. That's a light day. And somewhere in that, she'll ask me to do something while I'm doing something for her. So
I can neither confirm nor deny.
It's become quite a problem for me after 20 years. To say the least.
Okay.
So now, I think that it's only right that you let us know, what is that about? Why is it something that why is that something that you feel like you do to the extent that you do? Because we've obviously spoken about it. This is a conversation we've had as a couple. Something that we've been trying to work through so that we have harmony in our relationship, because sometimes it can be quite overwhelming. What's the science behind it, Jeanna? Please let us know.
Okay, I have a couple answers to that question.
All right.
First and foremost, I would agree with Ivo. This is definitely an ick that I have placed on him. But it also is something that happens in a lot of other relationships. I actually just saw a TikTok the other day from a content creator that we both follow. And it's the husband where he also plays the wife and she has blue hair. I will try to find the exact content creator because I would love to credit him. And he has a video that you and I watched together, and his wife is sitting on the couch. And she's just chilling, like kind of looking at her phone, and he's attempting to sit down very slowly
after he just did a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and he's like looking at her, like, and he just keeps looking at her. And the minute he sits down, she goes, "Can you get this for me?" And Eva looked at me. He was like, "That is fucking you."
That's my life story.
So, first and foremost, I believe that me having unlimited, I believe that me and many other women have unlimited favors because it goes hand in hand with like to death do you part. So to me, it's like if we're in this together till we die, right? Then I should be able to ask you for whatever the fuck I want all the time, every day, all day, multiple times a day. So, now, wait. That's my first answer. My second answer is, and I think that there's a lot of other women out there that can also identify and feel that this is why. I'm just thinking about how I want to say this. I think that I do a lot as your spouse. I do sometimes so much that I think you have become accustomed to the level that I function at as your wife. So there are a lot of times that I do so much that I kind of burn myself out, and then I look to you to then help me.
Okay. But how many of those things are things that I've actually asked you to do?
Okay. Wait, say that again.
So you're saying that potentially the reason this is so is because you do so much for me as a wife. Granted.
Yes.
You do a lot.
Yes.
But are these things that I've directly asked you to do, or these are just things that you do as a wife?
You would never have to ask me because I'm already doing them.
Okay, so I can equally say that I do a lot for you as a husband. But in addition, I have a laundry list of shit that you directly asked me to do in addition to being your husband. which is my ick.
I think that if we were to break down, this is hypothetically speaking, if we were to break down who does what in a day, task-wise, in the house, right? Because that's what we're referring to, right?
It's not just about the house.
Okay, so just like in general, like things that are being done around the house or for each other.
Just things that we do for each other as each other's spouses.
Okay. So
See, there's no ick there. There's no ick in that. I see what you're trying to do here, and I'm not going to allow you to do it.
What am I
You're trying to pass it off, like, you know, because of your obligation. I don't say obligations, just because of the role that you play in my life as my wife.
Mm-hmm.
That gives you a right.
Sure does. Sure does, because one of my icks just goes right into that.
Definitely not.
There's something that I have to do so much more than you have to do because of how we are and how we function, that to me, I'm just like, I'm gonna ask.
But I could pose the same argument. There's so much. There's things that I have to do so much more than you do. But yet I still don't directly ask you to do things for me. And that, like, directly.
I completely agree with you, but that's because of how you are as a person. You are very big on that. So
yeah, if I can get up and do it with my own two hands, I'm not going to put something that I can do myself, which is a simple task, on somebody else.
Yeah.
See,
you and I have actually had a very different upbringing. You were the first person in my life that has been this close to me that I actually feel like I can rely upon. That is why I ask you so much.
So I think we should give a little example just for some context, right? So my ick is, like, I really think that we should really, like, talk about at least one situation so that people get a real good understanding of, like, how this is. Me and Jeanna could be sitting on a couch together watching TV. Or not even watching TV. We'll both be on our phones, just in each other's company. Both sitting on the couch doing absolutely nothing. She'll turn to me and she'll go, "Hey, can you go to the kitchen and get me a glass of water?"
Mm-hmm. Damn straight.
I'm sorry. Now, if I'm thirsty, I'm just going to go up and get myself some water.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to put that on her because she does a lot as a wife already. Mm-hmm. I respect her. You see where I'm going with this, right? I respect her. I like to allow her space to relax, you know, and enjoy her life without feeling obligated to serve me in a way as such. So I do things on my own, a lot of things, but not her.
No,
not
absolutely
at all.
not.
Any chance that she can get to send someone else to do the most mundane tasks that she's perfectly capable of doing herself,
Yes.
she will sign you up in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
She will draft your ass to the fucking to the kitchen military or whatever,
Yes.
whatever.
And I
for
believe
lack of a better term.
And I believe that there are many other women out there that do this exact same thing. And I'm gonna tell you one of my icks is why I do this. But yeah, so I gave you my reasonings.
All right, so now and those things are okay. I don't want anybody to think that they shouldn't be able to reach out to anyone in their family or anyone who's under their house to, you know, go do something for them, you know, especially if they're feeling tired.
Yeah.
But the point of this conversation, the point of this is that Jeanna thinks that she possesses a platinum unlimited card.
Yes,
There
I
is
do.
no chill to it. Like, I literally have to, like, deny her at some point of these things, or they would just keep coming.
Yeah.
No end. There's no end to it.
No.
See, and she admits it.
I'm literally not denying that, not one bit. I'm not ashamed to say that.
All right, so here's what I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel that you're only passing on you're passing on a rite of passage of your own childhood. I feel that you were put to do so many things by either your siblings or your parents that it's only right that you get to live that part of your life now as an adult with children.
I mean, yes, that definitely has.
Because I know you've told me that about your life, that you always had to do things and go places and do things for your mom and stuff like that. So
I'm also kind of passing the buck back to you in the same way that you pass it to me when it comes to one of your icks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
So one of my icks with Ivo is, and I'm more than certain that a lot of other women out there are going to be able to concur with me, your inability to remember important dates.
What are you talking about?
your inability to remember important dates.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fucking punch you in the face.
What are you talking about?
So, now let's unravel that, right?
Oh, man. Shit.
How many women out there can concur with me when I say you have told your husband, your boyfriend, your significant other 17 times about an important date coming up? You will tell them where it is, what time it is, who it's for, like why we're going, what town it's like. You will give them the details. Maybe you'll even go as far as I do and create a calendar that we share together to put these important dates into, for then that day to come and for that person, whoever that may be, husband, significant other, partner, whatever you want to call them, for them to look at you and go, what are we doing? And your flames shoot out of your ears when this happens. So, in the same regard that I asked Ivo to give me unlimited favors, he expects my brain to have unlimited storage of all of these important things that have to be done, gone to, and remembered. How many times have you asked me, or we'll be in a conversation, you're turning to me and go, I'm sorry, Jeanna, I need you to refresh my memory?
Quite often.
Yeah. So that being said, I just feel like to balance the scales, I'm like, okay, so I have to remember so many things about our everyday life, which is exhausting in itself, right? Because that takes a lot of mental capacity. I then have to unload somehow, right? And that unloading is, hey, can you get me a glass of water when I'm fucking sitting on the couch and I don't want to get up?
Okay.
I think that that's only fair. But what I would like to know is, why do you think this happens with people? And listen, when we decided to have this conversation, Ivo said, I feel like that people not remembering important dates is not just a man thing. I think it's something that both sexes do. Yes. And I would agree with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
To a certain extent. I personally feel that from my experience talking to other women, that it is deeply a man thing. So I would like to know from your perspective, why do you think that happens a lot? Or if you would like to tell me, why is that so for you, and why do you think it's so for many others?
I want to say it's a simple answer. Okay. And it has to do with just being organized.
Okay.
Being organized, being a good coordinator, and those are one of your strengths. Mm-hmm. Listen, there's no shame in my game to tell you that when Jeanna first met me, administrative wise, my life was a mess. I might as well be living out of a cardboard box. And that's just a fact. So there's no surprise here. So she knew what she was stepping into. I
just hit my teeth.
So now Jeanna demonstrated this strength of hers early in our relationship, okay, by organizing many things in my life for me. And to me, that was a very valuable asset.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that I lean on her for.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that, to me, makes her very valuable. So the fact that I still, to this day, reach out goes to show that you still hold that value in my life.
And
I would think that
vice versa.
No, hold on for a second, because you were very self-sufficient when I first met you. Uh-huh. You didn't need anything or anybody to do anything for you. Mm-hmm. This was just to my surprise throughout the years. Mm-hmm. Once Jeanna started getting comfortable in the relationship,
I was holding out.
She let her hair down.
Yeah, I was waiting. Right? I was waiting for the right person.
So the fact that my ick is something, I get it. Mm-hmm. It is a thing with a lot of people, but you knew the devil you were dancing with.
Correct.
All right.
Great.
All right.
And now you know too.
Of course I know. I found out the hard way.
Okay.
Shit.
So, to death do we part, my guy. Now, why do you think? Because that's your answer. But do you think that answer holds true to like the majority of other men?
I think a lot of men are just unorganized. I don't think that, because if I sit here and think about men who are about their shit and who are very organized, I don't think that those guys have problems with dates. I think they don't need to be told more than once, and they show up.
Yeah.
And there's men out there that are like that. They're fucking sharper than a razor blade in a tuxedo.
Yeah.
Like,
I actually know one, and it's a so funny story. And one of the reasons why I knew that what Ivo was saying, that this can apply to both sexes, is because one of my best friends, her husband and she's gonna know who she is when I say this, that she and Ivo are like identical when it comes to the way that they function, and her husband and I are very similar when it comes to the way that we function, and we're obviously the opposite sex.
Exactly.
So I gave him that. And I knew that it could apply to both sexes, but I think men more likely have that problem.
I mean, in particular, I think that that's really where the answer lies. It's just about being organized. I'm better at it now than I was before. Which is, I have you to thank for that.
Yeah, I will push back on you a little bit though on that. I also think it has to do with how much you care about what's being told to you.
I do. So here's another thing. I feel like that. Speaking for myself, I can't speak for a lot of other people on this one, but this. I juggle a lot of different things in my mind. I'm not the type of person to have things written down. I don't have a vision board. I'm that guy. And I shouldn't do this. I'm working on it, but I keep a lot of shit in my head. And there's only so much room that I can have for things that are very important. So sometimes it's a little hard to retain something that I don't see as important. And I will forget about it.
It just fucking falls out of Ivo's brain like a loose screw.
It'll go in one. We gotta go where and when? Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
And but Jeanna's found a great solution to that. And so that, and this is maybe a lot of you other couples out there might be able to use this, is that she has created a shared calendar.
Yeah, I said that already.
You did?
Yeah.
You see how I don't listen? Literally forgot right on the fucking show. Prime example. So there's no denying her.
Yes, we share a Google calendar.
Yeah, we share a Google calendar, and it's great.
It's great, but
it's not perfect.
For him, it's not perfect.
No, don't listen. Don't make me pull out the calendar. Don't make dissing here, Dina. Don't make me pull out the calendar.
Okay. But so listen, now you know. Okay, so all the things that I have to remember are all the reasons why I asked you. So it's a fair trade.
Nice try. I'm not buying it.
It's a fair trade, and I hope other people out there will comment or agree with us. And that actually reminds me, if you're enjoying our show, whether you listen to us, whether you watch us, and you want to continue doing that, we would love if you either subscribe, share our content, hit the notifications button so that you know that we are putting out content for you. And
we'll continue to show up.
Yeah, I really think that that's it. I honestly kind of hate asking, but I had to remind myself that there were so many people that I will continue to like their content sometimes on social media and forget to follow them.
Well, there's also another saying that closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah.
So here we are.
All right.
Right.
And I actually listened to a podcast today from Jay Shetty, and the amount of fucking advertisements that came out, I was so annoyed at it. But I was like, you know what? This guy's closed mouths don't get fed. So he's got to say it.
Got to pay the bills.
So tell me what's your next ick about me, but also about people in general.
Okay, so my next ick about you, and this is a strong too. I mean, coming in hard, right? I mean, it could even be battling for number one, and that is Jeanna is a professional passenger side driver. I'm gonna let that settle in for a second. I'm just let you guys marinate on that term, right?
Okay, I'm gonna drink my drink.
Yeah,
because I don't know what you're talking about.
I said it. You heard it correctly. A passenger side driver. Jeanna is notorious for not wanting to drive, being perfectly fine with being driven around everywhere. I could drive 7 days a week. She'll be in the passenger side, but will not hesitate to try to tell me how I should be driving in reference to if we're going to the supermarket. If she feels like today there's a quicker way to go, because there's maybe there's a couple ways we could take the supermarket. If she feels that one way is going to be quicker than the other, she'll try to make me navigate that way, even though I'm going a different way. And when I don't do it, she actually gets aggressive about it. I have to explain to her why I won't go that way. And have to justify my own reasons as the driver.
I can neither confirm nor deny if that is true.
It got to the point where now I just deny everything that she says to me. It just really gets, I mean, like, well, listen, it's either I'm moving too fast, I gotta slow down, I'm swerving in and out of lanes, which, all right, that I kind of get. I can be quite an aggressive driver. I worked in New York for many years, and it's hardwired in me. But what really gets me, it's the go this way. No, don't go that way. Make a right here.
Yeah.
And it's gotten to the point where I just can't take it anymore. So that is my strong second ick.
I will say this. I love that you say you can't take it anymore. But you're still going to keep taking it.
No, I'm really not, because it's gotten to the point where I just don't do it no more. You say turn here, I say no, I'm not going this way now. And we're gonna see we're gonna see where that takes us. But so tell me, what is this about? Like, why is it that you feel you're so compelled to not drive? And you know what's funny, right?
Yeah.
Just to rewind for a second, in those moments, we'll kind of like get into it, and I'll say, you know what, you drive.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to drive.
No, but there's been many times that I actually, a couple days like before I cut my hand, I actually was driving a lot because we were gonna get into the car, and you're like, "Oh, you're gonna drive my car?" I go, "Yeah," because I want to drive because I'm actually kind of cranky right now, and if you drive, it's gonna piss me off more.
Well, and on days like that, then yeah, you have to, right? But there's other days where we've legitimately gotten into like arguments in the car about my driving, right?
Okay.
And so just to resolve the issue, I opt not to drive, right? I mean, I think that logically that would be a solution, right? You have a problem with my driving, then you drive. I don't have a problem being in the passenger seat, but no, she'll refuse to drive. She doesn't. Not only does she not want to drive, but she wants to command me how to drive so that she could be in harmony in the passenger seat.
Correct.
Now, that's not to say that she should not feel safe in the passenger seat. I'm not trying to say, take that away from you. But when you're trying to like navigate me, like you're the actual GPS and I'm making a wrong turn, that's where I draw the line.
So you want to know why I do this?
Yes, please tell me what this is about. Well, let the audience know what this is about.
Okay. So there's a couple reasons why I do this. And if we're going to like put it out there that we feel like other couples go through this and that other women will do this to men.
Because I hope so. I hope I'm not alone in this.
I actually feel like growing up, this was like a joke that I used to see, like the woman, yelling at her husband in the car about how his driving was. And my first reason for doing this is because since we've already established that Ivo is forgetful, there has been many times that I'll be in the car, I won't be paying attention to where he's going, and Ivo has missed a turn, gotten off on the wrong exit, or just completely forgot where it was that we were going. Or when he goes to pull off to leave to where it is that we're supposed to go, we'll just start driving with actually no idea where it is that we're planned on going. So the amount of times that has happened, it has built this, like, I'm almost programmed to tell him where to go because of how many times he has lost his way.
But this is not about me losing my way.
No.
This is about us going somewhere where I'm clearly headed in the right direction.
Yes.
There's multiple ways to get there, but you want me to go your route.
And I just said to you, I feel like because there's been so many times where I haven't said anything and you've taken us way off. And then there was this one time I'll never forget.
And back camp? I'm sorry.
It's okay. My brain does that. It's okay. There was this one time that you and I were driving to a mall that we have been to several times. I can't even tell. I used to work at this mall. I told him what mall we were going to. I was not paying attention in the car whatsoever. How is it that Ivo drove 10 exits past the mall that we were supposed to go to? 10 exits. And when I finally looked up, I go, oh my God, we're on exit whatever it was. I said, Ivo, you missed the exit, and you looked at me and you said, how was I supposed to know?
See, you know what? That's messed up, Jeanna. You're painting me out to be a villain here. Okay. There's a very important detail that Gina's leaving out of this. Was that when I drive, if it's not some place that I regularly go, I drive by GPS, right? We put on the GPS, right? Gina had it in her hand. Gina decides to start multitasking and backs out of the GPS. Now, in my mind, I said, okay, she obviously knows she backed out of the GPS. She assumed that I knew where I was going. And all of a sudden, she wasn't my co-pilot anymore. She was just off doing whatever she was doing in her phone. And she got distracted in what she was doing. And I just kept driving like a good husband, right? I'm just going to go straight. I'm just going to go straight and keep going because that's what I'm here to do.
Sure.
Next thing I know, we were like 10 exits past the thing. I'm like waiting for her to like let me know.
Like I said, that's just one example. But there's been many times where you have been driving somewhere where you know where you're going and you will miss a turn.
Okay.
So
I mean, that happens. Nobody's perfect.
Fine, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying to you is because that has happened so many times. We have been together 20 years. So if anybody could even fathom how many times that has happened, like I said, it has programmed me. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. It has programmed me to navigate for you. And so this is my second reasoning. And I know that I can't say that is the reasoning why a lot of other women do it. I do think that my second reason is one of the reasons why a lot of women will do it. I have a tendency of when I drive somewhere, I like to take different routes to get to that place on several different occasions. And I do that because I like to get to know my area or where it is that I'm driving, just in case. I don't always want to be so reliant on technology to get me somewhere. I want to be familiar with the area that I'm going to, where I'm driving to. So because I do that quite frequently, I tend to know the area a lot better than Ivo. So I've learned I have learned shortcuts. So there's a lot of times where we're driving somewhere and I know that there's a faster route based on my driving and these shortcuts that I will then say to you, go this way because I know it's faster. In my mind, I'm doing that because I'm trying to help us arrive at wherever it is we're trying to go with less stress, quicker, and a better route. So that's the way that I see it. And I think that there's a lot of other women out there that they can identify with this and say that from their experience, they're only trying to give their husband a better route or a better way of doing things because they have done it themselves and it has proved successful for them. I
think, honestly, you want to hear my opinion? All right.
Sure.
See, me and Gina, we have this thing, right, about who's a better driver. I think that this is a clear-cut thing about her just feeling that she has a better route and feels she needs to take command of the driving situation just because that's who you are. You've taken command of so many things in your life, and this is just by nature something that you feel like you do because you feel like you do it better than me. Okay. That's just my personal opinion.
All right. Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way.
But listen, it's an opinion. All right.
Yeah, it's an opinion. So let's move on to my next ick because we're actually like we've been talking a lot longer than I thought we have. We're having a good time.
All right.
So my next ick that I honestly think that like almost every man I know does this. Ivo's inability to find something that he has been asked to go look for. How many husbands, boyfriends, significant others have you found looking in a cabinet doing a horrible job looking for, I don't know, salt or pepper, and you were literally walk up and go, it is right here.
You had to go there, huh?
That is my ick.
Okay.
You are horrendous at that.
I see we pulling out the big guns. I see what you're doing. Okay.
But I know for certain that, and again, from talking to a lot of my good girlfriends and seeing things on social media, there are so many other men that do this. Please explain to me why men are horrible at this. I need to know.
Again, I think that for me personally, and I'm going to say that this should transfer over to many men out there. It's like about not being as organized. I don't think that.
Okay.
So as far as like things that I need, right? I'm the type of person. If I use this cup, then this cup is going to be here every day, so that I don't need to look for it. I've created my life in a way where I keep things where I know where they are, so when I need them, I can just go get them. So when it comes to having to go look for something, I generally don't spend a lot of time looking for my own stuff. So when I look for something, if I can't immediately find it, I tend to not want to look for it. Like I lose the interest in wanting to look for it because it just seems like it's not there. Typically, when I look for something, it's usually right where I left it or right where it should be. And so I have spent many occasions looking for things more than I normally would, and it'd be a complete waste of time and frustrating. And I've generally found that if I just deal with not having it, that I'll eventually find it. It'll show up, and it does. And you know that this is a fact,
Okay,
right?
so
it does.
That makes complete logical sense to me. But that still doesn't explain how it is that you will go look for something that is in its place and you still can't find it. I don't understand how that happens. I have seen you do that. So, matter of fact, you did it the other day. What was it? Oh my God.
I mean, it happens in the spice cabinet all the time.
Yes, but
all the time.
There was something the other day that you went to go look for, and I was like, Ivo, what are you looking for? And you said it to me, and I was like, it's right there.
I am guilty of that. I'm definitely that's why I said you pull out the big guns, because I can't deny this. Like, if you know me and you've spent enough time with me, you'll eventually see that like I may look for something and it'll be right in front of me, but it'll like kind of like be within a bunch of things and I won't see it. I don't know what the fuck. I guess maybe because I'm doing that thing where I'm like looking for something, but I'm thinking about something else, so not fully concentrating on what I'm looking at, that I'm not fully paying attention on what it is that I'm doing. I
think it also kind of goes back to how much you care about it. Like, I don't think that you're looking for it, but you don't really care.
No, because I have stuff of mine that like I may have misplaced and that I need and it's meaningful to me, and I'll go look for it, but I won't spend more than a certain amount of time looking for it.
I get that. I'm also like that. Like, there are things that like I misplace that,
you'll turn the fucking whole house upside down looking for shit.
But
I won't do that.
What I'm saying to you is that I think my biggest ick, Ivo, is that it'll be something that is in its place and you will go and you will look, and I can hear you fumbling through something, and I know so many other men that do this, and it'll be right in front of them.
Yeah, perfect example, right? This morning. So the last time Jeanna went food shopping, one of the things that she bought 2 boxes of Eggo waffles. Not Eggo waffles, but just waffles. I came down in the morning. I typically make our daughter breakfast, and so I went to go make her some waffles. When I opened up the refrigerator, my initial thought was to look for the 2 boxes of waffles that were in the refrigerator. I opened up the refrigerator and only see one. My question is, what the fuck happened to the other box? No idea. So I start looking around the whole refrigerator for the other box. I'm legit moving things around, thinking that this box is somewhere inside the refrigerator. Someone had moved the waffles into a Ziploc bag, but it was in the refrigerator. It was sitting right there on the shelf. But because I was so hyper-focused on this box, I was oblivious to the waffle sitting right there. And it wasn't until I thought about it for a second that somebody may have pulled it out of the box and they may be laying around somewhere, that then all of a sudden I could see the waffles in the bag.
That's interesting. It's interesting because you said you were hyper focused on the waffles being in a box.
Yeah, I was.
But because they were not in the box, you overlooked them. That's interesting to me. I'm gonna tell you why off camera. Why that's
okay.
Why that's interesting.
I'd love to hear about it.
And I'm gonna pause this right there. Give me one second.
I forgot to shut that off.
I don't think we knew that it was on. Hang on.
Should I move on here?
Give me a second.
All right.
Okay. So let's see. All right. Let's share our last two and then.
All right, we'll make it quick.
Wrap it up, B.
All right. So my last but not least, biggest gripe, ick that I have with Jeanna is that initially you would think that this thing is an amazing quality. Jeanna is the queen of don't waste, reuse, recycle, repurpose. Jeanna is amazing at saving money, making sure that she's not wasteful, even goes out and is an amazing thrifter.
I love how you said you were going to make it quick. I'm waiting.
She even was composting our food to try to create fertilizer to help the planet, but will not think twice about leaving the hot water running in the kitchen for 40 minutes straight on the regular.
That's actually your fault that it's hot water now.
What? My fault.
You installed the new sink, and for whatever the reason, the hot water goes first, which
Listen,
I think is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
This has been happening way before we redid our kitchen. Way before. She comes downstairs in the morning and turns on that water in that sink and just walks off.
Well, walk the fuck off.
Yo, when I tell you, it's like I don't have an explanation for it, and I just can't wrap my head around someone that it's contradicting to the things that you do to try to save and try not to be wasteful.
I'm going to explain to you why I do them, and I'm more than certain that other people do it for the same exact fucking reason. Sidebar real quick. When I said I'll walk the fuck off, I thought about that comedian, God rest his soul, that did Poppy Ain't No Snitch. Oh. And he was like, yo, Poppy, give me the $5. I'm going to shoot the shit out of you. And he was like, Poppy said, I ain't got the $5. And Poppy just walked the fuck off.
Walk the fuck off. Yeah.
All right. So why do I leave the water running when I'm downstairs in the kitchen doing 15 other things? It is a calming effect for me.
Is this part of like the many things you do for me as a wife?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to give credit where credit's due.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It is a calming effect. So you and I kind of talked about this a little bit. You know how at night you like to listen to that soothing music or sleep music that's at a certain like megahertz?
Yeah.
To put you to sleep, and it's calming and it's soothing and it brings you down?
It mutes the thoughts.
Okay. Thank you. When I'm downstairs in the kitchen and I'm like really zoned into what it is that I'm doing and I'm just trying to get these tasks done, the sound of the running water like helps me stay focused and it keeps me like grounded.
Right.
Secondly, if we're going to sit here and act like that water doesn't go back down into the fucking sewer system, back into a treatment plant and comes right back into our faucet, I'm essentially recycling.
Oh my God! Is that what you're telling yourself these days?
Yes, because it's true.
You're wasting water. That water, it takes energy and resources to process and treat that water. In addition to that, it's running up our water bill, which is not for that. It's not much.
I pay for that.
Hey, and I pay for it somewhere along down the line my damn self. All right, so let's not talk about that. But my point is the point here is right now. Why not listen? You want to talk about me listening to myself? Well, why don't you pop an earbud in and play running water?
Check this out. Why don't you buy me a water machine then?
A water machine?
Yeah. I'm asking for a favor.
You do. You got one in the corner. It's the cat's freaking fountain. The thing's freaking trickling water all day, right? You would think that would work. No, it's something about the sink.
I actually love that thing.
Yeah, well, but she still lets the sink run. I don't know. Listen, I can't wrap my head around it. I don't understand how a woman can be so have put so much time and energy into saving in so many different aspects of her life, but let that water run like
damn straight.
Like she owns the water company. I swear. I think she's the heiress to the water company. Yeah, and that's the only explanation I got for it.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But I have a male counterpart out there that does the same exact thing, and he can concur that it helps him complete the other tasks that he's doing. Yeah, well, and we have both said this. So I would love to know if there's anyone else out there that leaves the water running to help you, like soothe you while you're doing other things. It's like white noise for me.
In my opinion, you're offsetting all of your efforts to save the planet by letting the water run.
Listen, like I said, that shit gets recycled.
Right. Okay?
So listen,
All right.
let's just get
All
into
right.
my last ick
Let's
and wrap
go.
this
Let's
up.
go. Let's
My
go.
last ick for Ivo. And again, I know that there's going to be so many women out there when I say this are going to go, oh my God, me too, right? When Ivo goes to the store to go buy something that we have agreed upon what it is, and Ivo gets to the store and he calls me 5 times while he's at the store to tell me, honey, they don't have the jumbo size. They only have the family size. Honey, wait, what did you say? Do you want the unsweetened almond milk or the regular almond milk? The amount of times that he has to call me when he has to go out and make a purchase that we have made so many times before blows my mind, because when I go out to do the same type of purchasing, Ivo don't get not one fucking phone call. So explain to me, why do you do this? And why do men do this? Because I know for damn sure that there are so many men out there that do the same freaking thing.
You want the honest answer?
Oh God, here we go.
You really want the honest truth?
Yeah.
I just like to hear your voice.
Okay, that's it.
I never heard a more beautiful thing. That's it. For any reason that I get to call you and just hear you pick up the phone, and any reason that I can get you to answer something for me,
sure,
and make you feel
and
like
you
I
not
need
use
you.
your brain.
And no, I gotta make you feel like I need you.
Oh, okay.
That's that's the romance to it, man. You're like, you fucking it up, Jeanna. Damn.
You think that? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen,
What would I listen? This what would I do without you? Huh? How would I get through a grocery store?
you would be missing
if I could
turns,
not call
buying
you?
the wrong shit, and never attending any special dates.
Think about
That's
that.
what would happen
Think
to you.
about that, yo.
Yeah.
I'd be lost without you.
So the next time I ask you to get me something when I'm sitting on the couch, just fucking remember that, okay?
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right. You got it.
So listen,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, that is actually our last episode for 2022.
Yes, it is.
We are taking a much-deserved break until the end of the year,
Yeah.
and you will see us again in 2023. Yo,
Strong.
happy holidays to everybody.
Yes.
Happy New Year out there. I hope that you get to spend it with friends and family and your loved ones, because everybody's sick out this motherfucker right
for
now.
real. Stay safe out there. Stay
Yeah.
healthy. Wash your hands. Wear a mask if you have to.
Yeah, do whatever
thing,
it is
yeah.
that you got to do.
Last thing you want to do.
Take that vitamin D, get that vitamin C, that zinc, all that
The
shit.
last thing you want to do is get sick by the end of the year, because I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you right now, they coming. The sickness is coming for 2022.
And if you like,
because it came for us.
Yeah, it came for us, and it's getting a lot of our other friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I said, that is this is our last episode for 2022. Just want to say I love you.
I love you.
This has been a fun, tough year.
It's been amazing.
Yes, but it's also been like amazing, because like I always say, I always love doing this with you. I love doing this for the people that listen to us, because we always have a good time doing it. We thought it would be fun to go out, just having a good fucking laugh, and we hope that you enjoy this. But until next time.
Until next year.
Until next year.
Next year.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, peace out.
Peace out.